Okay guys, I'm going to walk you through how to print a stencil on a t-shirt. And this would be the same steps for any sort of fabric, be it an apron, a pencil case, etc. So whenever we're going to print on fabric, the one thing that we want to do is we want to have something behind our printing surface. So what I have here is just, again, I keep using the back of my legal pads. So I'm going to take this and insert it inside my t-shirt. And what this does is that will keep the ink or paint, whichever you're using, from seeping through. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn that over like so that I have this nice kind of surface. And then as I'm working, I'm actually going to pull that kind of tight so I don't have any wrinkles, like so. And if you want to, you can throw a little bit of tape on there to keep it in place. Wow. Okay, so now I have less wrinkles. That's pulled a little tight. Okay, so then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to set up my stencil just like we've been doing, and I'm going to tape that down just in a couple of spots to keep it from shifting. Okay, so again, I have my t-shirt, a piece of cardboard that I put in between so that I could pull the fabric a little more taut, and also so to prevent the ink from going through. Okay, and again, this is a good place just to use whatever you have available. Recycle. Then I've put my stencil down in the orientation that I wanted, and now I've got my brush and my paint, and I can start applying. Now, definitely in this situation working with fabric, I'm wanting to pounce, which is funny, you may have heard my dog in the background. So it has nothing to do with attack mode like he appears to be in. But what I'm doing is I'm going more straight up and down, kind of exaggerating it here. Okay, so that will help to get a cleaner print. You'll also find, and this is one of the biggest difference between doing anything on fabric versus paper, fabric is much more absorbent. So you're going to need more ink, more paint than you would have before. And I still, as I'm doing this, tend to work with my non-dominant hand to help hold things in place and even things out. And I'll just keep going. So someone's probably thinking, what kind of ink or paint will work for this? Acrylic is better. There are some special paints and inks made for fabric, but acrylic works really nicely. And you may know from experience, if you've got some on a shirt in painting class or something like that, it doesn't want to come out. But when I'm done printing, to make sure that it doesn't wash out, what I will do is actually heat set it. So I'll go all the way through doing my stencil. I'll let things dry thoroughly, and then either throw it directly into the dryer, hit it with an iron, something so that it's hot to the touch. And what that does is that heat setting really allows the molecules of the paint or ink to fuse with the fabric so it doesn't wash out. So that's an important step in the longevity of anything that's printed on fabric.